joining soon. Just need to grab it from the lobby of the Google office.
So we are live. Good afternoon, good morning, good evening, wherever you are in the world. It is a pleasure to be here and check this out. What an audience, what a public we have here. This is the final for the ShapesXR contest, where 5 ambitious designers have created and shared their vision about the future of media consumption in the metaverse. And we have with us also an incredible jury made of Rhea, Fischer, Anand, and Karen is going to join us very soon. So thanks, Rhea, thanks, Anand, for being here. Happy
Absolutely.
to be here. Awesome. And here it was tough. It was tough, guy. It was really, really, really tough because we actually had to pick among 40, more than 40 submission in order to pick what were the best 5. And actually, there were supposed to be 3, but we just couldn't pick. It was just impossible. So we decided, let's make 5 of them and let's go and share what is their vision of the metaverse. And the 5 contendants are going to actually be awarded these incredible prizes. So we have cash prizes as well as design courses and 1 year of subscription to ShapesXR. So, and this is, I think it's a good bridge. Michael, could you mute yourself a sec? And we have here actually, what a better way to actually start up with introducing Stefan from Circuit Stream, our sponsor. Stefan, why don't you come over here? Yes, here we go.
Hello, everyone. Hey, thank you for having me, Gabriele. It's a pleasure and an honor to be here with you all today. Congratulations for making it here to the finals. We here at Circuit Stream are super excited to sponsor the event. And best of luck to everyone here. Thank you again for having me.
It's a pleasure, and I've seen that throughout this month there were so many people actually coming from Circuit Stream that had went through your design courses, some of the development courses that were looking to innovate, upskills, and learn what are going to be the skills for the metaverse. So I think that it was a vibrant experience to see so many people enthusiastic and wanted to learn this new medium. So absolutely recommended to anybody that is actually watching right now to go and check on the website, their courses, their curriculum, and start learning and join with us. So please, Stefan, thank you again for being here.
No, thank you. Thank you.
So, and meanwhile, we have also Karen, that she might have a different name, but I think it's Karen there. Am I correct?
Yes.
Here we go. Rhea, could you
can edit it. Karen, you can edit your name so that people know you by your name in the lobby.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So I have to leave here then and come back?
No, from the lobby you will directly edit your name. So we will still be able to hear us and you can still hear. No problem. So
okay, let me slowly go back. Yes, hi, sorry, I'm late. I'm Karen.
No problem. It's really a pleasure. It's actually just right on time. We are going to start the contest and starting actually to go into the first pace from Jason. So guys, why don't you very quickly maybe tell your name, what you do in one or a couple sentences before we start moving into the first pitch. Jason.
Yeah. Hi, my name is Jason. I am a designer for a company called Spatial. I am a product and visual designer, and that's me.
That's it. Amazing. Diego.
Hello, everyone. I'm Diego Milan. I'm a virtual reality and augmented reality content creator. I have a background related with the aviation industry, and probably that's one of the reasons why I'm picking up this project today.
And Imtisal, go ahead.
Yeah, hello, my name is Imtisal, and I am a soon-to-be immersive designer and doing my internship in Kansai, which they work with VR and AR and so on. So yeah, nice to meet you all.
It's great to have you here, Sal. Jose.
Hey, hello. My name is Jose. I'm based out of Stockholm, Sweden, as I learned from Imtisal as well. So we are here in the same location. What a coincidence. And I'm a XR lead from a company called Axido. And Axido does video applications for operators and video companies all around the world.
Perfect. Thank you, Jose. And Michael. You are muted, Michael.
Hi, I'm Michael Markman. I'm no longer muted, and I'm based out of New York. I work as a product designer and prototyper at a startup called Arthur, where we do virtual reality meetings for enterprises.
And we are done, guys. And I see also Karen now with her beautiful name being there. Fantastic. So this is the moment that we start rolling. We will go in each one of the spaces that have been created, hear the pitch for 5 minutes, and then move to a short Q&A. So let's start and let's all go to Jason's space. The space is 84D214. So you can go to the lobby, and then click join and enter the code 84D214. 84D214.
All right, let me go over here. Yeah, I kind of figured this would happen.
And here we are.
Hi, guys. Okay, so like basically the majority of the presentation is going to be pitched facing this way. I kind of made like 4 or I think 5 different perspectives. Like 3 are on the couch and then 2 on the sides. So yeah, I hope you guys don't get like stacked and can't see anything, but I think just a general good spread should. Okay, yeah, that seems to work for me. Cool.
Yeah, I think as long as people will sit there. And just one last thing, let's remember to actually lock everything.
Oh yeah.
So I'm now gonna lock everything on all stages. I will do it. Don't worry.
Oh, okay.
So that there is no misunderstanding or mistakes. And just remember, there is a number on top of Jason head. That is the stage where he is. So you can follow him, and you can see also on your left controller of which you actually are. And guys, Jason, the floor is yours.
Awesome. All right. So hi, everybody. My name is Jason, and this is what I look like when I'm not wearing, these cool sunglasses. We already kind of went over this, but I'm a product and visual designer for a startup called Spatial. And yeah, I mean, honestly, like, I just want to give thanks. This is kind of my stage to say thanks to definitely like Spatial for kind of giving me the know-how and the understanding of the industry, which is really cool. And that's kind of something I want to dive into. I want to give thanks to Gabriel and Igna for just kind of creating this awesome tool so we can kind of go through this presentation in a really cool, immersive kind of way. And I just want to give thanks to the panelists as well for hearing out the cool ideas. So if I could clap, I'd give you guys a round of applause, but I'm just going to give you some really cool points. Yeah.
Yes.
Awesome.
So Jason, go ahead.
Okay, so there was initially, I always like to start a presentation off with a story because it makes it relatable, and my life is comically just all over the place. So I feel like the best way to go about this is I'm just gonna kind of talk you guys through it, and I hope I don't take up too much time and anybody gets jelly. Anand, you're still on slide 1, it
4.
seems. So yeah. But
so
Anand,
you can move 4 to 4 and follow what Jason number. Yeah,
cool.
Perfect.
So I think what I'll do is I'll just kind of keep you guys up to date, and I'm moving to the next slide now. Cool.
Yeah.
So yeah, there's this big type in front of me called jelly, and basically that's where the story kind of takes off. Is the other day I was at my mom's house making a PB&J, pretty much like I always do, and I was spreading the jelly on the bread, and just a big freaking glob just lands on the floor and just splats, And just like everybody, when something drops on the floor, you just have the same reaction, like, ugh, this is the worst, right? So my reaction to this, my response to this is instead of, reaching for, I'm switching now to slide, I believe 6, is instead of reaching for a paper towel, that was going to take too much time and have to bend down, wipe it up, the whole deal. I opted for taking my brand new white sock, putting it on the jelly, and just kind of, getting a little swipe, right? And that was clean in my eyes, right? And in that moment, I realized 2 things. Slide 7 is 1, I am the worst kind of human being. I had to walk on like the back of my heel the rest of the day. It was the worst. It was so annoying. And the second thing that I realized is that we're going to try to complete the majority of our tasks. We're going to try to get from point A to point B with the least amount of activation energy as possible, right?
Yuan, could you mute yourself, Yuan? Thanks.
Okay. Awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you, Anand.
Thank you.
Yeah, we're just going to try to get from point A to point B with like the least amount of activation energy as possible, right? And the reason I bring this up is because it kind of brings me to the very first point of this future of AR, VR media consumption, right? I kind of see this as a split between, also too, I'm on slide 9, for those that are following on. I see this split between the active users and the passive users, right? And the active users are the ones that are going to go into this experience with the expectation of inputting a high amount of energy, right? And then you're going to have your passive users who are going into an experience with the expectation of putting a very low amount of energy. And if we relay like these kind of groups to this new technology, I kind of see it being divided this way. We're going to have this niche right here is going to be kind of divided by, or it's going to be kind of taken over by, I would assume, the video game industry, right? Because these people, they're primed for that experience, right? They have this this expectation of, I'm going to go into this experience, I'm going to input a good amount of energy into it, and usually the trade-off is I get like a really cool experience out of it, right? And then you're going to have your passive users, right? These are the people that are going into experiences with a pretty low expectation of input of energy, right? This is probably an everyday task that they're going to want to do and repeat on the daily. So it's something that you don't necessarily want to put, your whole, mental and physical activation energy into, right? Slide 11. And, given our panel and kind of the companies that they represent, I figured the best thing to focus on was this TV and web services passive users group, right? I could talk all day about the VR stuff as well if you guys want to do that, but for now, we'll just focus on this. Slide 12. Okay, so this is like the main point that I was trying to get to, like in choosing the right direction, right? Is I feel like there's this misconception, and I fell for it too, when you see all like the awesome things that AR and VR can do, is that the misconception is because we can make things way more interactive and way more immersive, that we necessarily should, right? Because the way I see it is the reason people love these forms of media is because they have some leisureness to them. You can sit back, relax, and kind of enjoy a movie. You can sit back and relax and kind of browse the rail, watch some YouTube videos, right? So the question that we really need to answer is, how do we make these passive forms of media better with this technology, right? And we still maintain that kind of leisureliness, right? Okay, so moving forward, we now have, the direction that we want to go. And now the question to be asked is, okay, so we have the direction that we want to go. So who are the people that we're designing for, right? And I don't have UI, UX personas to back this up, but I do have 3 individuals who I know super well, and I know how they use technology, and I know pretty much where their skill level is at with technology, right? So the thing that I'm thinking is, how do I use this new technology to address the technology or the ways that these personas, these individuals, use technology, and how can AR, VR replace that, right? How can it actually just add value to their lives? First one I want to focus on is my dad. And my dad is, as you can see there, just not tech savvy whatsoever. He just got this brand new TV that was like $1,200, and it has this remote that allows you to navigate the UI like a Wii remote. If anybody knows, if anybody's seen this before.
Sure, yeah.
Also, too, I'm on slide 14 for anybody that's following along. And I think it's really cool, but he just can't stand it, right? It's just this, it's too far of a leap in UI for him to, really comprehend and like, right? So the thing is, how do we address users like this? The users that don't want to, and that can't take too far of a leap when it comes to this new technology. And for me, I think slide 15, there's two main points that we have to address, right? And I'll try to get a little out of the way of my demonstration here. But the main point is, number one, it needs to be, when my dad puts on this AR headset, right? And I'm telling him how cool it is and that he's gonna love it and whatnot. When he puts on the AR headset, he basically just needs to see 95% of the same flow of the media that he already knows, right? He needs to see the 2D screen. And I know, this is what I'm talking about. Like, I know we have an endless amount of possibilities of what we could make this to be. Like, we could have the football players here in the room, but that might be too far of a leap for my dad to like bring him on and adopt this technology, right? And this is like really like the timeline that I want to focus on too. Like there's all these really cool opportunities that could be, right around the like Ready Player One world, right? But I really just want to focus on like the next 10 to 15 years. Oh my gosh, we only have 1 minute left. Okay. Kind of cruising through. Afterwards, after we introduce my dad to this technology, there could be ways that me and my brother introduce new perspectives to him, right? Like, and soon he'll grow to know that this is the media he once knew. This is the introduction to new forms of media. And he may actually grow to prefer these forms of media in his experience of viewing. Up next is my mom. She's semi-tech savvy. She has an iPhone. She knows how to do the YouTube thing. She's not too bad. I don't think it would be too hard to convince her. But she's also a huge Disney nut, right? She loves Disney. And honestly, like vicariously through her, I love Disney too, right? I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna front like I'm not. But you guys will see up here, if you guys all look at these screens, is I imagine like the value that AR VR could bring to my mom's experience is kind of like this complementary full immersion in the actual media that's complementary to the media, right? Like you see, we have like these banners and this confetti that acts as a complement to the main focus. And if that doesn't really make sense, I feel like a great way, like a great analogy to imagine that is like, I imagine this a lot like a concert, right? These are all like those at the concert, the artists that are playing the music, they're playing the same music that you have on your phone, right? And they're playing the same songs and it doesn't change, but it's the vibe of the concert that really kind of makes it a new experience. It's, the immense stage, it's the sweaty people that are jumping all around you. It's the surreal kind of like night with stars above your head. And it's just the combination of all of that complementariness to the actual media itself that I think makes, it very impactful. And I think this will also too, like help users identify with the media further, like almost grow more loyal to this experience as a whole, rather than just the actual solo media itself. And then, okay, last one, I swear, is my brother. This man is, as I claim, a tech god, which I don't say lightly. This is the kind of guy that has dual monitors. He's on Discord, he's on Twitch, he's everywhere, right? And the future I imagine for him with AR, VR is, I'm assuming, my brother also, by the way, spends like an ungodly amount on Fortnite. I feel like we all know like a person like that spends just an absurd amount on Fortnite, right? And that's my brother. He's that kid, right? And I'm slowly realizing too, like designing for like the NFT space and like this immersive kind of platform and just seeing dominoes fall, like, Nike buying out to the new digital footwear company is, I think we're going to see this boom in digital assets in terms of like digital identity, right? And that's going to play a role in the actual media that we see. So like the example that I have here is you see, this crazy anime Super Saiyan Goku, right? And my brother absolutely loves it. And he wants to identify with Goku. And on the panels that you guys see in front of you, you could buy digital objects that my brother can then wear, or Karen's also wearing too. She makes it look nice. But you can actually wear and start to identify with the show. as well. And that's the inherent value I see with my brother. And I see him adopting it rather well, just because, as I said, like, we're seeing all these dominoes keep falling forward. We see Fortnite being like such a top grossing kind of platform. And so I don't think it's too crazy to assume that this is like a reasonable, stepping stone for the media that we have now. So yeah, I'm sorry I kind of rushed through all this, but in conclusion, like, the thing that I want to get to is, like, as I said, there's just an endless amount of opportunities out there of what we could do with this technology, right? But in order to have this initial mass adoption, right, we want people to put on this AR, VR headsets, right? We need to have, the goal is to make a better, more wholesome experience that is, I really want to emphasize this, is complementary to the media that we know right now, right? It needs to add inherent value, but it needs to be similar to what we know, right? And then at that point, after we have this mass adoption and we're all, normally putting on AR, VR headsets to like consume our media, that's where I believe, we're going to start further defining like what this media consumption is and what, parameters that kind of holds and like what dimensions we can explore there. But first we just need mass adoption. And these are my ideas of how those steps could go.
Thank you very much, Jason.
Yeah.
Thank you very, very much. So
I got to sit down. I'm like lightheaded now.
Thank you.
Wow.
Virtual
Thank
apologies.
Hey, great job. Great job.
Thank you.
Thank you. So, guys, then we are going straight to the next, and I would like to encourage everybody to shorten it a bit. So I'm gonna raise a red hand when you see that the time, when there is 1 minute left. So please be mindful so that we also have the time
I'm
to
sorry about that,
celebrate at the end. No problem. So let's now go to the next space. The next space is A7 AA 63. A7 AA 63. A7 AA 63.
Gabriel, you can go and I will repeat it. So let me repeat. So you go to lobby and then it is
You can actually
Anand.
place yourself
Hi.
exactly where I am, because most of the experience is going to be in this specific seat number.
Yeah.
Feel like as you were a passenger.
Perfect. Diego, then take it over.
Perfect. So, hello everyone, welcome aboard. Today I'm going to share you my vision about how the future of media consumption will be in the aviation context. So, first of all, let's take a look to what we have today. As you have probably noticed, when you travel, you see most of the time a small touchscreen installed in the seat just right in front of you. And sometimes that screen is not is slow and doesn't work pretty well. The movies are not loading really fast. So basically, I want to create a new immersive experience for all the passengers. So
I don't want to interrupt anyone, but I highly recommend for this space to go in the view mode. On your left controller, you see the glass. If you press it, then you can really observe it from the right viewpoint.
So you need to push play, indeed. Push your left thumbstick, then you will go into play mode. Jason, could you mute yourself, please?
Oh, I'm sorry.
No problem. Right, go ahead.
So here, the AR, basically the XR headset is provided by the airline. Basically, when you wear the headset in the second slide, you will be able to see new AR content. For example, in this case, in the second slide, we can see the two different canvases. In the upper canvas, we can see the information about the flight in real time. In the lower canvas, we can see a complete, clean, and intuitive dashboard. For example, let's take a look to the watch application. Let's go to the third slide. We will have a virtual screen that can be adjusted in size. And what I wanted to do basically for this experience is that I wanted to take something from the past. If you take a look to the next slide, slide number 4, I don't know if you remember when we used to go to a Blockbuster to take the movies and the videotapes. We used to grab them and look in the back and see more details about that. So I'm doing something similar to it. For example, if you're interested in a specific movie, you grab it. If you don't want to watch that movie, you can just drop it away. Or if you want to watch that movie, you can just drop it to the main window. Let's take a look to the next application, the music mode. Let's take a look to the slide number 6. So basically, in the music application, what's cool about that is that I imagine a future where with all the features available in augmented reality, such as occlusion and artificial intelligence, segmentation, and all that technology all together, the X reality headset will be able to understand the world around us. It's going to be able to differentiate what is the seat, what is the window, and place that content. So, for example, let's take a look to, I don't know if you know the one of the songs of Katy Perry called California. California girl. Na, 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 na. So if you take a look to that video, you see pink clouds, a giant bread man walking on the ground, and cool stuff going on out there. So we can just take advantage of the point of view of the passengers and provide a new immersive experience that is probably linked to the rhythm of the music, to the mood of the music, right? So that would be great. I think that's going to be cool for adults and for children too. Let's take a look to the next slide, slide number 7, my PC. We all know that current headsets, they don't have enough, the performance of these headsets, they are not comparable to what we can have with a MacBook Pro or with a gaming laptop. That's why I think that in the future, if we want to have a PC, we can use a connection or a remote rendering system to display the image of our coming out from our laptop. We can even have 2 displays if we want, or we can even adjust the screen size so we can work, we can write emails, we can go to the meetings. So our flight is not we're going to take advantage of our flight to be more efficient in our jobs. Let's take a look to the next slide, slide number 9, the games application. And this is where I think it's more, it's getting closer to what's the metaverse like. If we consider that all the headsets are connected together in an intranet system in the aircraft, we are going to be capable of playing against or with different passengers on board. So for example, we can just create quick tournaments, challenges, and we can just probably get a winner or something like that during the flight. That would be really cool. Let's take a look to the slide number 11, the trip application. We're going to be able to display a 3D image of the status of the aircraft. For example, here we can actually see our static plane with a moving ground, that is moving accordingly to what's happening in real time on the ground. And we can have actually map markers that are pointing to specific places of the city. For example, in this case, you have the Stadium Oreo. So we can see it in the map. and we know that we are flying above that stadium. So if you take a look to the window, you will actually see a map marker in AR placed in the right place, and you'll see that the stadium Oreo is just right there. So imagine the future, you'll see, oh, this is the street, oh, this is where I live. So you will discover the city in a new, different way. Of course, this application will not work in all weather conditions, but this is the future, and this is a dream. Let's go to the panoramic mode, that this is the last mode. If we place different 180 cameras and 360 degrees cameras, video cameras in specific places in the aircraft, we are going eventually with some stitching techniques, we're going to be able to have a complete new high quality 360 video that can be sent to all the headsets. So imagine watching a 360 degree video live in the aircraft. So all the passengers will have the feeling of, be flying on their seats. This is what I think that the future in aviation industry and the entertainment of all of these aircrafts will look like in the future.
Thank you very much, Diego, for splitting up so many different components throughout really what is a journey, right? I mean, a flight, indeed, a literal journey. Thank you so much. So why don't we go then directly to the next one? Imtisal, the space code is 7A522D. 7A5. So here we are. Let's wait a little longer to get the space to load and everybody to join in. By the way, we have an unsuspected guest, Yuan. You sneaked in. It's a pleasure to have it. That says a little bit about how easy it is for people to actually join a session in ShapesXR. So I suppose that is great.
Sorry.
I see
I don't
everybody
know.
is muted, but Imtisal, I think
Yay.
that let's see if our jury is here. I think everybody is in the right location and ready to go. Imtisal, it's yours.
Nice. Shall I stand in the front? I can just stand here.
Yes, no problem. I think it's perfect.
Yes. Nice. So let's start. Hello, my name is Imsa Halak, and I am the immersive designer from Stockholm, Sweden. Today, I will pitch my concept, the future of media conception, the metaverse.
And probably here play mode is also helpful.
Is it? Oh, wait. Did I do right?
Yeah, I think it's good.
Oh, okay, nice. So just go through it, right?
Yes, you can just go through it and say
No.
when go to the next slide and people will see it.
Perfect, thank you. So yeah, today I will pitch my concept, the future of media conception in the metaverse. I will attempt to answer the question, magazine and books be like in the metaverse. The idea came to me when I read an article on the Time, joining the metaverse, but they are just only launching newsletters about the metaverse. So I thought to myself, what if they joined in the metaverse? Furthermore, what if more visually intensive magazines like National Geographic joined in the metaverse? How could we all experience that? As we know, the metaverse has the potential to truly change how we experience the web. Let's take the example of National Geographic. How can we transform this magazine into an interactive realm? Now I will show you the storyboard and talk you through the suggestions for the make interaction piece that is focused on the educational sector. The first challenge is to uncover the best location where to enjoy a virtual magazine. Is it a completely empty room or perhaps a cozy living room? What is the size of the room? Does it have furniture? Lastly, what kind of atmosphere should the user get before starting the experience? So this is an example of the room, and in front of us we have a magazine. So I will go through it. This is slide 2, slide 3, slide 4, and then slide 5.
And again, press the play button because I see so many avatars interfere, so you might not really get it from the right scale. Play on your thumbstick on your left controller. Sorry.
Oh, it's okay. Oh, something. Okay. Sorry. How do I? Okay, now there we go. Oh, this one too.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's it. Once you click, you are in, you will see locking
Nice.
there yourself there. So it's perfect. Yeah.
Nice. So
We are on stage 5, Imtisal.
Nice, thank you. So that's a stage 5. So my prototype, as you can see, is just a simple room, not too much furniture, and just one magazine in front of us. Yet it gives us this big space because of the room being open and having the ability to move around. The light focus of the lamp enhance ambience and the mimic of the comfortable environment. It gives a sort of the warmth and focus on the desk, knowing where the user should keep, knowing where to put his attention to, which is the magazine. You might question why choose a room to be so open, and this is example why. It's a full space. We are in slide 6, slide 7, slide 8. So this is because I want to give this feeling of freedom to not locked in. The user can expose a large field open to them and interact with the asset, with the books or the magazine. It doesn't distract the user experience and focuses on just one object that is in front of them to interact with. I want it to be simple and straightforward. You press the play button as we saw previously, and you'll see a text will show up with the audio. The magazine or book have a small interaction, but with huge surprises. A virtual book or a magazine is a step above the physical copy in that you can interact with the content and change the size. The metaverse can be a very powerful tool in education. If we adapt media, ways we engage, enjoy, and educate. Thank you.
Thank you very much for this very mindful journey. And it says a lot about also the environment and the importance around a vision, right? Sometimes we tend to focus on the objects, but that all our surrounding is so important and just sets the vibe and an expectation of what kind of experience we are going to get. Thank you so much for that.
Thank you.
So we moving forward then, yes, Inga.
I'm just like, I don't know, probably any jury members have any questions to Imtisal. If not, we go further. Just want to make sure that everyone experienced that from the first viewpoint, and that's it. Yeah, it is very cool. Yeah.
All good on my side.
Karen, Rhea.
Okay, then we go.
Perfect. Then we go to the next space. Jose, 6978D8. 6978D8. D8. C.
You know, this is going to sound a little bit recidivist, but I love typing in the code to go to the room. It's like dialing an old phone number.
And the sound is what probably reminds it.
Yeah, you should have, like, you know, the old ringing sound from the phone during the wait.
Absolutely. So I think we are almost all here, if I am correct, right? So I
It's a bunch
see
of us.
another kind. Yes. Jose, go ahead. Floor is yours.
Okay, thank you. I will try to do on time. You can follow by clicking on the play, as I stated there, so it will be easier. I will tell you the slides. Also, it's amazing to see all the other concepts. They are really beautifully crafted. And also, I was amazed by Jason's inspiration from a dirty sock. All that creativity can come from dirty sock. So well done, Jason. This is the story of our lives, the struggle that we have every night when we want to choose our content, right? This is something that we have all experienced. So this is a person that wants to watch something at night, right? If you go to slide 2, please, then you can see that that person wears some kind of headset device and then enters into what it could be a Netflix XR app. Sorry, Netflix, I borrow your IP for this contest. And the idea is that, yeah, at the beginning, we'll have some kind of interaction modes like that, where you have some kind of grid, something similar to what we have today. But this is just the first step, right? Like, I'm sure that, you know, like we will be struggling in the same conditions that we have today, where you have a lot to choose from, and then you have this kind of fatigue of choice. And this is what's happening to this person, right? Like there's the content that is not adapted to her, or that is difficult to choose from that. So she needs some kind of help. And now, thanks to, you can go to a slide 4, sorry. So now to thanks to augmented reality, we can go actually and go one step farther in user experience, and go a moment when we can go beyond UI. No? If you go to slide 5, so that person has entered into the Flix mode, where you can have here a virtual avatar, where the UI has disappeared to the very minimum, and that avatar represents the evolution that we're having today with voice assistants, right? Like these voice assistants today are very unpersonal, very robotic. They're just subdued to having tasks that are just actions and orders, you know, like play that video, search for that, rewind. But this is, I mean, the technology that we have today can go a lot beyond of that, right? Like, and my hypothesis here is that having a presence to these voices will help to have more engaging conversations with them, with their voice assistants, especially when they will be driving the conversation, like I'm trying to demonstrate here, right? So here is a way to, you know, having some kind of UI like that, really minimalistic. In the slide 6, if you go to the slide 6, please. Then you can have something to support and inspire you through the choosing process, right? And this is kind of what I'm trying to represent here. This is just a way to show that yeah, there could be some inspiration in the slide 7. If you go, please. So all the exploration of the content comes through a conversation, right? It's like a conversational UX. And all the UI is just to support this conversation. In this case, as in Flix is asking what type of content you want to watch, and she prefers to watch some adventure. And then this is where we can, if you go to slide 8, please, complement the content that we have today that help us to choose what we're going to watch. Like today, the primary way that we have is having metadata and having the trailers, of course. But we could add other information and help that, I mean, 3D models, animations, and mini games that could help us to understand the franchise and engage with that. If you go to the next slide, please. I guess I hope that you're reading all the text right at the same time. So in this case, like Flix is suggesting to that person to engage through a game. That game has been specifically created. This is a trend, of course, that Netflix is part of, creating games that are related to the franchise to, in some way engage more the users into the content. In that case, like having an interaction in XR is like fantastic to have that kind of immersiveness, right, and connection to the content. If we go to now we are in the slide 9, because I see people in the slide 4, 14, 8, 1, so we should be all in the slide 9.
And we should also have a way to synchronize that, and it's coming, guys.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Perfect. Yeah. So if we go now to the slide 10, this is the same thing, right? Like we have another piece of content, and that piece of content has like a cute dog here, Milu, on the left. And as it's 3D, this could be like a way to interact, like having, like a personal experience of interactivity with the content, right? Like another game, and that's it, right? If we go to the slide 11 now, please. Then here we have Netflix franchise, right? Like a Red Notice. If you haven't watched it, it's really fun. It's a new movie, and it's really cool. And in this case, because it's a Netflix franchise, they have the opportunity to record holographic video, volumetric video, and have that integrated into the app, not to help you choose and realize what the content is about, which is all what is about my presentation, and also create more elaborated games. And these games, right now, they could be just a way to engage with the content, but it could be also a way to entertainment by itself. If you were able to spend half an hour solving this riddle, this game, and then you play another, maybe you will leave the movie for another day. And this is kind of what we believe that Netflix is trying to do with the video games at some point, right? So you are in the slide 12 now, sorry. This is kind of like advanced games that will be complementing the content, right? And then the slide 13, yeah, you just, the person solves it, and then that person likes it very much. It's a way to understand what is the movie about, and then they decide to watch. So it goes to the slide 14, which is the last. And this one just shows like watching video at the beginning, like to the video. In the future will be all the formats, but the idea is that we still have in the transition period where we have still to the content. And then the avatar, the interesting part here is that this avatar can take any shape, right? Like, yeah, of course, for a movie promotion, it could take the shape of Dwayne Johnson, but also why not could take the shape of a dog or a cat. That could be like a non-intrusive in your living room, right? Be your helper, right? And this could be, I'm in the slide 14, by the way. This could be a way to monetize that through sponsorship, or it could be a way to maybe personalize your experience. That in Netflix, for example, you choose your icon as a way to create your own experience, and you choose your favorite actor from Netflix brands. Then here you could choose the same. You could choose your favorite avatar that will help you through the process, right? So I hope that you enjoy. This is my take on how augmented reality will help us go beyond UI into a more like a immersive and recommended experience into choosing content.
Thank you very much, Jose. Thank you really, really much. And it was good to see how, the information about the content that you like can become part of a gamification aspect of it. So I think we're really curious, and it opens up a lot of opportunity to see something becoming alive in your own space. So thank you very much, Jose.
Excellent.
So
thanks.
We are now going to the last space for today from Mike. So guys, 635A99. 635.
Oh, wait. Didn't Michael change the code? No?
Yes, he did. He did. Don't worry.
Okay, this is the right one. Okay.
This is the right one. 635A99. 635A99.
You, Gabriel, can go and I will repeat it.
Yep, cool. Okay.
All good.
Hey, what up, everyone?
Hello, Michael.
Welcome to the final presentation.
To the
of
final of the final. So,
final of the final. A lot of hard acts to follow. I love everyone's projects, like really creative, cool storytelling.
and Michael, you have to be
mine-
concise.
Oh, that's that's my strength,
I
Gabriel. What are you
know,
talking
I know.
about?
That's why I'm putting some pressure here. But thank you very
All right,
much. So I
guys.
think we should be here. So, Michael, take it away. It's about
All right.
portals, I see.
Portals. So the name of the app is called Portals, and slides 1, 2, 3, 4 take us into sort of the intro to Portals. And the idea is, I want to take what is then the next step of like what is the format of the next generation of content. And my idea is these 2D surfaces that hold basically are portals to 3D content or 2D content. Short form, basically the next generation of Instagram Reels / TikTok / YouTube Shorts, because I find that I spend so much of my time on YouTube just flipping through shorts. So if we go to slide 6, you see what it looks like in front of you. Basically, this could be a 2D video or it can be volumetric. And the idea is it plays out in front of you. When you hover over it on slide 7, social buttons, like the typical stuff you would see on TikTok or Instagram Reels, you can mute it, play it, share it, leave a comment, leave a like, and then, it goes back and, the idea is that it gets an algorithm that's generating recommendations for you. So if we go to slide 9, you see the way you swipe to traverse content. I wanted that, the existing metaphor of swiping and that we do in the existing apps. And then this is a quick example of like content can be volumetric. These portals can be different sizes depending on the content. As they are responsive, and I'll go into that a little bit at the end. But if you flip between 10 and 11, you'll see this little stormtrooper guy dancing.
I love this.
Just a flip between 10 and 11. Yeah, so even though it's volumetric content, the UI is still 2D. And that's the nice thing about having the portal be this 2D surface. While the content's volumetric, the UI is still 2-dimensional. Then if we go to slide 12, I want to talk real quick about how you capture this content. So for example, let's say your friend is doing a cool dance. You might capture them using your depth kit, your AR kit enabled phone. But going a step beyond that, you might replace them with a stormtrooper, right? Like an AR filter with a stormtrooper. And you might go into the editing mode and you might create a pink background, yellow background. You'll sync it up to popular music. Then on slide 13, we have a friend shows up and he's like, hey, check out this portal I just saw. Comes in. And you and your friends could watch it together. So if you're in a virtual reality headset, your friends will show up as avatars. If you're in a mixed reality headset, your actual friends could watch the same portal as you since it exists in space. Now, this is mostly AR small form content. What if this is the metaverse. We also have virtual reality. And the idea is you could swipe, basically you can enlarge the portal, which we go through slides 15, 16, 17 to 18. And now we're inside. Right now, we've just stepped into a virtual reality experience. It can be multiplayer, it can be interactive. You could have other people who are watching it along with you, including your friends. You can move around the environment. And then we can exit it out. So I'm going to keep it short. We can exit it back out, slides 20, 21, 22. And then the idea is on slide 23, we see the responsive concept, right? You're in a real space. Now it's basically the size of your phone. It's still volumetric. It's a little portal in your hand. And then that is it. How did I do to Gabriel?
No, Michael, I didn't meant. So let's do this. Does anybody has question for Michael? Because it was not my intent to cut you short.
But at least I encourage everyone to go to the play mode and go from the first one to the 25th, especially judges, pretty quickly, because then you get this kind of animated journey to get a good understanding, like in play mode from, to go
Yeah, I
through
mean,
this
it's the-
narrative.
Yeah, and I can kind of talk just about the larger vision with the project, right? Like, I really see, like, I think a big thing is going to be content discovery. And I think and while content today we have is still two-dimensional and there'll be a transition period, I think the majority of content we'll be creating in the future is going to be volumetric, but we're still going to want to experience it in both small and large form factors. So really, portals are responsive ways to consume content in the metaverse.
I had a question for Michael.
Yep.
Michael, I'm on slides 4 through when the Stormtrooper starts, so that's like 10. Are those envisioned to be like you wear glasses on and you see this portal floating in a physical space, or is this completely immersive VR style? And I have the same question.
So it's the same content. If it's virtual, if you're in a virtual reality headset, you would be it could show up in your office, you could show up in a dark space. If you're on a mixed reality headset, it would show up as a portal. That makes sense. Yeah.
Got it. Thanks.
Yep. I wanted something that would work in both.
Okay, guys, then I would say let's do this. The jury has seen now all the projects, so I would like to invite them actually, so Rhea, Karen, and Anand, to go back to the to our lobby, and I can dictate the code to them. While you guys stay here, and then I'm picking you up as soon as a decision is made for the final.
And we have questions from YouTube. People were watching ours, like about 50 people, and we have questions for all finalists. So stay with me. Don't leave.
Yes, indeed. Inga is going to help us with that. So Rhea, Karen, and Anand, the space is D72A81. Rhea, Karen, and Anand.
And Jeremy stays with us too.
Yeah, Jeremy.
Sorry, what is it again? D72A
81.
You should see it in your library at the first one you joined the lobby.
But nonetheless, D72A81.
Let me repeat for you, Karen. So it's Karen. She left, right? Okay, cool. Andrea is still with us. So Rhea, okay. So hi, finalists. Once again, congratulations. You did a great job. And I have questions for you from YouTube. People who are watching us live. Are you ready? So Erica is asking, Erica Bosch Design. Erica from Bosch Design is asking, your question to all contests and participants will be, what was your motivation about exploring this topic, and which problem are you solving, or which is the added value about it? Who wants to take this one?
Wait, Inga, quick thing. Should we hop into like the original lobby that we all started at?
No, because the judges will be kind of making their decision. We will go there straight after. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Sorry about that.
Again, so who wants to take the question about motivation to explore the future of content consumption in the metaverse? So Erica from Bosch Design is asking, so why at all you care about it?
I can reply to that. I can start if no one wants. Yeah, so my company does video applications, right? And then we are always trying to search what's next. So having now a big shift in the paradigm of devices that we're having now, it's a crazy opportunity. It's something that happens only every 10, 20 years, right? Like when we move from websites to mobile, right? And having the opportunity to define that, for me, is my main motivation, right? Like that's something that we are creating now will be the standard for the next 10, 20 years, right?
Yeah, sounds inspiring. Michael should go on mute unless he wants to take the question.
So what's the motivation behind this? Right?
Yes, to care about this future of content consumption in the metaverse. Bosch design is awesome.
I kind of thought about it as like, what if I was going to pitch a metaverse consumption app to a VC? So I was like, so for me, it was how do we get something that would scale, work on a lot of devices, something that could work with existing content as well as the new generation of content. And my motivation is the Amazon gift card at the end of this.
That's
Wow, so
pretty
honest.
straightforward.
I love his honesty.
Yeah. So at least we now know that the prices are pretty attractive to involve such amazing, talented designers.
And me.
Yeah. The next question is pretty cool too, and probably others can take it. So this contest is focused on the future of media consumption. It's Michael Berman is asking, what do the finalists think the future of media creation will look like for the typical content creator in the metaverse besides ShapesXR? So this is the question again. What do the finalists think the future of media creation will look like for the typical content creator in the metaverse?
I can take the lead for that one. I think in the future, most of the 3D assets will be generated by photogrammetry. I think we can see that the LiDAR systems are getting more and more popular. Some people, they have the iPhone 13 Pro, but they don't know yet what is LiDAR and what is that for. But eventually, people are going to discover that technology and photogrammetry, and they are going to scan objects. And that's going to be a really good and efficient way to create content for augmented reality and virtual reality. Yeah, that's my opinion.
Yeah, and if I can tag on top of that, I think like a really good instance of like the future of content creation is definitely like, as we kind of see, like you see like Roblox, you see Fortnite, you kind of see like these like wholesome kind of experiences, right? Like you kind of see like not just the one individual item or thing, but you kind of see like this whole kind of like ecosystem of what could be. And I don't know, like I think about like the future of like content creation, and I think about it's like exactly like Meta worlds or Facebook worlds, Oculus worlds. I don't know which one to call it now, but like kind of like these huge immersive kind of like spaces that you can explore, and it will now be part of the content creator's job, not only to make like, you know, this one or like 2D dimensional piece. You know, it'll be the content creator's job to make the whole experience that you go through when you go through their pieces. Like they're no longer making the painting, but they're making the building that goes around that painting, and they're making, you know, I don't know, like the butterflies that fly around that space, and like they're just. I think the future of content creation is it's just going to a new dimension. Like it's just more kind of overarching of a lot of different kind of disciplines now.
Yeah, I can also add, like, I understand what you mean. It's not just a creation, but it's experience for the user. How should the user experience the meta or the immersive? It is, if it's about it, like creative, it's nice, but if it doesn't have a meaning behind it or an experience, and that's just somehow a bit meaningless. Yeah.
That's great. And by the way, just not to forget to ask, people are asking, is it okay if we share the space codes, and do you kind of welcome people to visit your spaces afterwards? Can I share these codes publicly? I think it's somehow public already.
I don't mind. Yeah, I don't mind.
Okay, cool. Then I will publish on YouTube because people are waiting for the space codes. They want also to join us. So let's me then do it.
In my case, if Netflix agrees, then I'm all okay. Yeah, there was Netflix IP all over the place.
well, like it's funny. I had like a poster over the book, National Geographic. So we both will be somewhere.
I'm sure I got like ESPN stuff, so we're all in it together, guys.
Yes.
But I'm sure that
I actually have trademarked the Portals logo. so I will be
Oh, no.
submitting a takedown notice.
Oh God, I gotta go.
I would like to be definitely the users. I mean, I really like ShapesXR. I think it's a great tool, and
Yeah.
I see that there is a lot of things, new things coming up with you, and it would be great to have news from you and be able to have pre-access to some features
Guys,
that.
decision
Right.
has been made. Decision has been made. We
Oh my
are-
God, I'm
we
nervous,
have-
even though I'm not the finalist.
By the way, if you guys want to do this effect, it's a glow effect done in Figma, but then you make an additive material.
Nice.
and that gives it
Cool.
the whole
Yeah,
glow.
that's pretty
Yeah.
cool. And by
Tips
the way,
and
guys, I mean,
tricks,
given
yes.
that people are gonna use visit your spaces later on, probably you can write down the name of your space, like who belongs it to. Anyway, yeah, let's go back.
Guys, so we go back, and when we go back, we go to D72A81. D72A81.
D72.
7.
Here we go. Here we go. We are almost ready to announce what are the 3 winners of the contest, the first official ShapesXR contest, sponsored by Circuit Stream, and with an incredible jury and dozens of designers who actually challenge themselves in exploring ShapesXR, a new tool to create, prototype, and iterate in VR. So we are really, really excited. And we have here Jeremy. So let's say, everybody, we are ready. We are ready. We are almost here. And let's start. Is everybody here?
Should
I
we
see
go
Michael,
to stage 2?
Jose.
No?
No, we don't.
No. Okay.
Intisal, Jason, and we have Diego. We need Diego. Here we go. Here we go. So Diego, you are tiny. You are tiny. Make yourself a little bit bigger.
Oh,
No. It was just Diego. Diego is. So you can also move also just with one hand. It might be easier. Perfect. Okay, guys. I will start with the third prize. So I will start with the third prize, and here we have it. A 500 voucher for Amazon and 1-year subscription to ShapesXR Pro. The third prize goes to Michael.
Woo!
Bravo.
Congrats. Congrats. Anand.
What's up?
Hey!
Congratulations.
Amazing.
Congratulations, Michael. So we have then the second spot, right? The second spot, and we have here Rhea actually assigning who is the winner of the second prize. $750 and C++ scripting offered by Circuit Stream and one of ShapesXR Pro. It's swinging. It's swinging. Where is it? Where is it gonna go? Intisal, congratulations.
Oh my God.
Congratulations. Congrats.
Thank you. Oh my God.
Wow.
Thank you.
Well done.
Congratulations, Intisal. And it was tough. It was tough. We still have one winner, guys. 1,000 USD Amazon voucher, a course for interaction design and prototyping for XR, and 1 year of ShapesXR Pro. Who is the winner? Karen, who is the winner of the
Oh my gosh.
first prize? It's also swinging. It's also swinging, and it's moving. Where is it gonna land? Where is it gonna land? Diego. Diego.
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Congrats. Well
Thank
done.
you. Thank you to everyone.
Well done, well done. And we have unfortunately Anand and to go to another call, so he wish he could be here. We took a little bit longer, but nonetheless, I think we managed. But wait a second. I think that there is something else happening here, right, Inga? Or am I wrong? I've seen someone popping in and appearing last minute. Is that surprise guest still around? Oh,
Yeah,
here we have it. Here we have it.
So,
And-
guys,
Hi. Hi.
Hi.
hi.
guys,
I mean,
how are
first of
you?
all, hello, great to see you.
Hi, Andrew.
Hello.
Come over to the center.
Andrew.
Yes.
Can
Before we go
Where?
to Andrew, I just want to say, like, my sincere congratulations to all the winners, but I'm a huge fan of every finalist, and I probably have different preferences, but this is amazing results. You made exceptional creations. Thank you very much. And we invited Andrew here because, you know, there were some ideas and some spaces submitted that really pushed the limit, not just of ShapesXR, but first of all of the Quest as a hardware. So some incredible, huge worlds with, I mean, it's the metaverse itself what Andrew built, and that's why we decided to have this special CEO award that goes to Andrew.
Could you mute yourself, please, a second? It's on your left controller. There is a microphone. You could mute yourself. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Okay.
And this special award is $300 Amazon card goes to Andrew. And now we are going to watch his creation live on YouTube as a video, because it's just huge. If you try to join that space, if you want, we still can share the code with you. That was probably the most intensive, I don't know, and time consuming work. And yeah, here is the gift card. Andrew, congratulations.
Yes.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. And
It's going to be a real one at some point.
No, thank you. Thank you very much for this. I really appreciate it. You didn't have to do this. I wanted to congratulate all the winners and the participants. I think your presentations were really awesome. And thanks to you, Gabriele and Inga, for giving me the opportunity to show this. So how do you want this to work? I was thinking maybe I could just give a really 10-second, 15-second description of Cineconcerts, who I work for, what we do, which would kind of set the stage and platform for what you're going to experience and what you're going to see. Would that be okay?
And so actually, Andrew, you can take that 30 seconds, no problem. We prepared a little video that everybody in the audience is going to see. So they're going to play it out, so everybody will be able to see that video, and you guys can also watch the recording and also check it out.
Oh, great.
So do it.
Okay.
But Andrew, tell us in 30 seconds, what is
well, I work for a company called Cineconcerts, and Cineconcerts is the leading producer of live music experiences performed with visual media. Now, visual media being movies in this case, and live music experiences being film music. So you can imagine going into a concert hall, watching a movie, but instead of hearing the entire score come out through speakers, you're hearing an 80+ piece orchestra with choirs, and in some cases perform the entire score live to picture. So you can imagine some of your favorite movies, listening to the soundtrack live to pictures is an unforgettable experience. So that was the impetus for why we wanted to build something just incredibly massive and immersive based on some of the IPs that we currently are exhibiting in the marketplace right now worldwide. And this specific example is from Gladiator, which I'm sure you all have seen with Russell Crowe. Awesome movie, and with the soundtrack scored by Hans Zimmer and Lisa Gerrard, which is equally
indeed
awesome.
So Jeremy, why don't you show us the little clip so that everybody can actually see it online? Play the video, and here we go. It's going for everybody that is actually watching.
And if anyone has time and kind of patience to wait while it's loading in VR, we can have the number here.
Let's go back to the funny meanwhile the video is going. And I think our team did also a great job of telling that story. You really see entering this huge arena and actually see the different activities in this world. It's about a treasure hunt. It's about who is gonna get that treasure. We get like premium seats in that, as well as sharing. It's really like a massive endeavor. So thank you very much. And we're still rolling in, and people are actually starting to enter in the arena where there is the whole orchestra now playing. It sounds weird me saying it, but it's really what is happening. So you should check it out. It is really incredible. So here we go. We are back. So thank you, everybody. And I wanted to thank everybody who joined, Jason, Imtisal, Jose, Michael, Diego, our jury. Thank you so much, Rhea. Thank you very much, Karen and Anand is not here, but it was really great to have you here. Thank you so much for joining us, for believing in this. And,
rest of the designers want to do an after contest drinks.
Drinks, yeah.
Those were good. Those would have been good. But guys, thank you very much. Yeah, Inga.
If anyone wants to go there and have
Jason,
time.
can we make a piece?
Again, I mean, this is incredible. This was the
Yeah,
first
true,
time we
man.
did this contest, guys. I mean, we really understand
I
now
love
how
the work you
to.
guys are doing.
Likewise.
Yeah.
Sorry. All right, guys, go ahead.
next time it will be more festive. We will have meeting moderation toolings in place so that the presentation mode will help us to really pitch in VR and make sure to control how people experience it. Again, congratulations, Jason. I'm a huge fan of your space. Michael, Intimisel, Jorse, Jose, it's incredible. Thanks a lot for participation. And
of
to
course,
everyone who submitted.
And one last thank to Stefan. Stefan, again, thank you very much for you and Circuit Stream for offering the courses and for spreading the words about design and creativity. So thank you very much, Stefan.
And tell us how our students are doing. I mean, these winners, when they complete the course.
Of course. No, thank you. Thank you. You guys all did great. Can't wait to see the other work you all continue building out and creating in the world. And thank you, Gabriele, Inga, ShapesXR for the opportunity.
Thank you very much. And thank you very much, everybody. So I'm going to stay here for a little while to chit chat. But for the rest, for everybody that was actually watching us live, thank you very much. It was a pleasure. Stick around and keep following us. This is just the beginning. There is so much more coming out, features, event, opportunity to participate and join the community. So don't forget to do that. Join us, stay in contact with us. Download ShapesXR. Start creating like this amazing crowd here. Thank you very much, everybody.
Thank you.
And we are
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you. Way to go,
Bye-bye.
everyone.
Thank
care,
you.
bye.
Bye-bye.